Lazy is good. Actually, being lazy is good. It's a privilege. And all the inventions have basically been around, or whatever inventions that we have got, is produced by lazy people. The cars wouldn't have been there if we were not lazy. I mean, all those devices of cutting the trees would have not been there if we were not lazy. We were having access, but then we produced those mechanical devices. So it's good to be lazy, and I'm glad that you're lazy. Now, I suppose, see, it's simple to assume that hardest work is done by somebody who's pulling the cart on the street. Hardest work is least lazy person. Do you think it's the biggest achiever? Probably not. Lane is very important. Which lane are you working? Which lane are you working at? That's important. So why people fail? I suppose there could be many reasons, but to my understanding is that one of the reason is the expectation. They expect too much from everybody. Expecting from a stomach, expecting from neighbor, expecting from the college, expecting from your past, expecting from this, expecting from that. You can imagine if all of these become collectively positive, do you think we'll pass the examination? Still not. So expectation is something which, if my God, if my Allah forgives me for this, even it is beyond that person. You can't often look up and they say like, hey, me only. So even that Almighty cannot fulfill the expectation. Expectation is such a big thing. And then a lot of people come to me, tell me that, Dr. Khan, tell me what to do to pass this examination. Take my charge. You tell whatever you'll tell, I'll do that. Promise I'll do that. I swear I'll do it. Please, 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 please take my charge. I say like, why? She says, or he says, sir, I want to become a district collector. So what will happen after becoming a district collector? I will have the full charge and I will make this and that. I will say like, come on, it's so oxymoronic, isn't it? That you want that Dr. Khan takes your charge and you think that you can take a charge of a district. That's too much of expectation. Come on, goddamn, you take your own charge first. If you've taken your own charge, and that's something which I have always been telling people, you must take your own charge. Do not expect from anybody. And the day you have taken your own charge, I promise, there's one less reason for failing. So one reason for failing is this. And the second reason of failing, I find, I'll only give three reasons. There's so many reasons, but then three primary reasons. One is expectation. Stop expectation if you don't want to fail. And that's a sure short reason of failing because they want everything to be ideal, everything to be in place before they could work. This is never going to happen. And against odds, things have happened. Against odds. I mean, you have gravity, the planes fly. I mean, you understand that. The planes fly and planes do not fly because somebody is pushing it. The plane flies with its own fuel and its own engine that it has got. So it's nobody else. So much of confusion is there. Confusion of all kinds. Confusion of your goal. Confusion of goal is a sure short recipe of a failure. So I suppose, and you understand that, you're so fused, no? Look at the sun rays. Take a magnifying glass and just let the whole energy synergize to a common point. You can produce a fire by a magnifying glass, simple as that. So just focus yourself. So a lot of people fail because they do not have focus. They're very blurred and thinly spread out and a lot of cracks into the process. And that is another reason why people fail. You can't be good at everything, impossible. Nobody has been. If you are a good cricketer, if you are a father of the nation, you still can be having, you read Mahatma Gandhi. I mean, he couldn't be so many things. And it takes a Mahatma Gandhi to accept that I couldn't do this, I couldn't be this, I couldn't be this, I couldn't be this. But then to become such big thing, you have to be you have to be bad at too many places to be good at one place. And you should be very clear about it. So lack of clarity is also a reason I found that people are failing. And that's again, I mean, you stay very, very confused. I've seen people, they want to give the examination, IAS examination, whatever. Sir, ek backup mein kya bana le? So I would say like, all right, you prepare for this also. Then they will ask somebody else, this is my backup. If that doesn't happen, what should I do? Ek aur uska backup bana lete hain. And you know what happens? They've got so much of backup, they fall in the back. There's so much of load there in the back. Come on, if you want to fall forward. At least minimum you are 4 or 5 feet closer to your goal. So I think that's the reason. The second reason why people fail is because of this. And the third, probably the biggest reason I find is that they focus work and not the time. I don't know. I mean, I may go against some of the earlier teachings that you may have had in your life, that work is worship, no? Karm hi puja hai. That's what we have all grown thinking about it. And then we focus so much on the time that we get emotionally connected. We focus so much on the work, we got emotionally connected with the work. And then when they get emotionally connected with the work, a Bermuda Triangle emerges there. Bermuda Triangle, you know, nothing escapes. Everything goes and then sucked up there. And that is, I suppose, do you also respect work? Karna hai to karna hai. I have to revise this chapter. I have to remember all this, whatever. The only thing I know about chemistry is periodic cycle. So I have to learn all of the elements and whatnot. And then only I'll sleep at 11 p.m. That's what I have promised myself. And it is 11 p.m. and you are only 30%. And a promise is a promise. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3:30, you just fist in the air. Yes, I have done it finally, 3:30. And you sleep after that because you had focus on work. Next whole day has been spoiled. And the biggest damage that you've done to yourself is that you learned how to become inefficient. I suppose a lot of people, instead of focusing on the task, they focus on, instead of focusing on the time, they focus on task. And then when you are emotionally connected with the task, the three things come. And I would like to advise you, please never ever chase these three things. One is completion. If I do, I'll complete it. Complete. Never focus on completion. Nothing is complete ever. You know this IAS examination, probably the biggest examination in India or maybe on earth, whatever. The rank 1 gets about 52%, 51%, sometimes 53%. That's the only range I have seen in last 30 plus years I've been doing this. So 48% of the rank 1 is not complete. And if you are chasing something as complete, I think that's a foolishness. Please do not focus completion. The second thing you should never focus on is quality. Quality is, I think, to my understanding, better is the biggest enemy of good. A lot of time we think that we will do it well, and we deprive ourselves from just doing it also. We don't do it because we want to do it well. I want to write one good answer. Let me read more. Let me read more. Let me read more. And this promise that you give yourself, aaj so jati hu. That's a big promise that you gave. I'll do it well. And this well is a sweet poison of procrastination. People keep on procrastination in the name of doing something better, something better, something better. And the third thing you should never focus on is satisfaction. Stay unsatisfied. Stay hungry. Stay whatever. But never be satisfied. Whatever you have achieved. And then the moment the time gets over, let's say 11 o'clock you had said that I'll sleep. Even if you've done 30%, sleep. And I think that is something which is very, very important. Because the time is one resource which never recycles. I hope everybody knows that. I don't need to remind you. The work will be there. Work will still be there. You can always have it. And then this is what I find is a lot of people, they get so much into the quality, so much into completion, so much into satisfaction that they just do not work. So please do not, from today onward, you stop looking into that. And then just keep on auditing that these are never your target. So 3 reasons I told you. One is expectation. The second is confusion about goal. You should never be having confusion about goal. And third reason is time. If you have any question on time management, I would love to talk about that. So you have to basically Focus time, not task. And then by focusing on time, you'd always feel that it is not complete, it's not of good quality. Better is the byproduct of lots of bads. If the bads get happen, then you have a better one happening. Never chase a better one. Do something, whatever, irrespective, whatever quality, you will ultimately have a better happening in due course of time. A lot of the people don't write the first answer because they want to write one perfect answer. A lot of people in my generation, they could not write an article in time because they wanted a good article, some more research, some more tests, some more this thing and some more research, and they end up not writing. And some of them, they writing article one after other, and they could produce so many articles in the process. And then you were looking for one article which will be like American schools would probably jump and then start recommending as a textbook. That is not going to happen. You're fooling yourself. So 3 reasons is clear, very simple. And then you also want to know that how people pass.
Yes, sir.
I think for that I will not give you 3 points. I'll just give you 1 point, one simple point, and you will pass. Because a lot of time people ask me about what is one common characteristics that you have noted in Tina Dabi or Shrishti Jain Deshmukh. These are big names these days. And there were kids like you sitting in front of me in the classes. So what was one thing? I met so many rank ones and so many toppers of the country. Only one thing I found in them that's common is they're extremely ziddi people. Zid. Zid hai aapke paas khoob sara. Zid. If you have zid, I mean, I don't know an English word. If somebody can help me with an English word? Stubborn. Stubborn matlab zid. Stubborn matlab ziddi. Stubborn toot jata hai, nahi? Have you heard of Nicholas Taleb? Anti-fragile? Has anybody heard about this word? Anti-fragile. And anti-fragile is like, I mean, is something which is not breakable. And then you get stronger. Something doesn't break you, makes you stronger. Whose number is that? Clarkson? Huh? Kelly Clarkson, yes, right. So I suppose it's a lovely number, no? Anything that doesn't break you makes you stronger. So ziddi bano. I don't know if stubborn is the right word for this or not. Zid is the differentiator. And I suppose if you are having zid, I would imagine you would be basically not getting an outcome, not getting a thing happening to you on day one, in one go, in 1 minute. But then what happens is, every time you will have something which is failing you, your resolve to succeed will get stronger. And that is what is anti-fragile. What do you do in a gym? You just go and break a few tissues. Body repairs more. Next day you break more, the body repairs more. So that's why you have got all those muscles and whatnot. This is how they make it. They all ziddi people. Anti-fragility. I like you to, there's a thick book. Just watch this video a little bit around that. And you would know that anti-fragility works. I suppose if you are ziddi, you would be basically always auditing your behavior and your goal. Try understand this carefully. Normally, our behavior and goal is not in sync with each other. Our goal is this, our behavior is this and this and this and this. Like if somebody says that, hey, go to her, she will help you drop the airport, she will take you to the doctor, she will help you in shopping, oh, she is the shoulder, you can go and cry anytime you want, she is the most dependable person. Well, if you have that kind of image, contest election and become Chief Minister of Delhi. Yeah, this place has got something special. So that behavior helps you there. But if you want to pass this examination, would you be acting like a student? Understand this carefully. If you want to pass this examination, do you think you will be acting like a student? I repeat my question. if you want to pass the examination, do you think that you will act like a student?
No, sir.
Never, never. I'm glad that you know that. If you want to pass the examination, you have to be like examinee. And then that's what I mean by saying that let your behavior and goal be in sync with each other. And what you do if you cannot hit the goal post, what do? You adjust your shots or you adjust your goal post? Adjust your shots, not the goal post. Ziddi. Coming back to that again. And there's a difference between examinee and a student. A student is one who is always procuring information, having the mental valve opening inside. While an examinee has got its mental valve opening outside. So I suppose when you sit down with the task that you have in your hand, try see that how much can I retrieve? Whatever you can retrieve is all that you have acquired as an examinee. Let your behavior be in sync with the goal. And the goal is the examination. You act like examinee. And there are two things. One is the content. And that's the only thing we are always worried about. कौन सी किताब पढ़नी है, कहाँ से पढ़नी है, कितनी पढ़नी है, नोट बन गए, नहीं बन गए, याद हो गया कि नहीं हो गया. But then it doesn't stop there. Abhi Manish sir was telling you a very small thing here, which is actually very, very deep. If you have to pass the examination, you have to have the skill of using that information. And most often, we get satisfied just by having the information and we think that we are enough good at it. But I would like to say that unless you have the skill of reproducing the information, it's not going to help you. Let me ask you a simple question. What is your opinion about New Delhi being the capital of India? I'm sure this question itself says that New Delhi is the capital of India. All of you already know that New Delhi is the capital of India. And you all write 200 words. Do you think all of you will get the same marks? No, because all of you are placed differently in terms of your skill of expression. And remember, answer writing is one of the skills. There are so many ways of writing. You have got poem, you have got journal, you have got diary, you got article, you have got book, you got drama, you got story. So many things that you write. And answer writing at best is one of the forms of writing. And most of the time you are writing, we're not answering. And we think, marks क्यों नहीं दे रहे? लिखने के marks थोड़ी मिलते हैं. Answer देने के marks मिलते हैं. So these are the traits of an examinee. I like you to basically, and skills cannot be transferred. Information can be transferred. Skill has to be acquired. You have to work for the skills. You have to develop that. And any skill, writing being one of them, it comes very slow, gradual, very, very depressing process of acquiring the skill. Please acquire the skill of an examinee. Be an examinee. If you want to pass the examination, don't be a student. And that's what I would like to tell you. So, 3 reasons for failing. I told you that I have got more research on failing. And 1 point for clearing this examination, which you all understand now. And that is Ziddi ban jao. And then let your behavior and goal be in sync with each other. You cannot change the goal post. Change the shot if you require to. I hope you're getting that. So this completes my 2 parts. Are you still interested in vaccine of the failure? Not. All right, you're science students. You all know it very well. See, the vaccines, have you heard of this word called tachyphobia? A-T-Y-C-H-I-P-H-O-B-I-A. Tachyphobia is the fear of failure. Fear of failure. And as I told you that a lot of people fail because they don't want to fail. So, you know that the vaccines work on exposure therapy, no? What they do, for poliomyelitis virus, they will pick up a mara, daba, kuchla sa, ek polio ka drop dal denge muh mein. COVID ka kya hai? There also they will put some injection of whatever COVID ka virus put in your body. And the body knows how to really kill that already half dead virus. So it kills it and learns how to kill it. And then next time when a bigger infection comes, the body is prepared to fight that out. So if you don't want to fail, start failing. Start failing. Same vaccine principle. We mostly fail because we don't want to fail. We don't fail enough. So there are a lot of failures left for us. If you start failing, if you every day fail, I think there is no failure left for you in life. Since we do not fail, we wait for the failure. We keep waiting for the failure, and that is a very big problem. So I suppose you've seen Usain Bolt. Have you heard about this? If you someday watch his video of practice, I mean, feel like throwing up, seeing his video, the way he was pushing his limits and the way he was failing. And he failed so much that in Beijing Olympics, he forgot to tie his laces. He just could not. 100 meters race, and somebody forgot to tie the laces. He ran and still got gold medal. Can you imagine? He had hardly any failure left for him in his life. This is what I basically want you to. Imagine your day, an ideal day when you wake up at your leisure. There's no alarm, nothing. And then you wake up leisurely and then check up your status, the status of your friends. And then you, after that, that's what the rituals we do these days in the morning, WhatsApp updates and whatnot. And then after that, you suddenly find that my friend's birthday coming up. So, chache ke chole kulche khane jana. I think you have that. That was very much overpowering for me. So I suppose you have a plan, and then evening is a family dinner, and the night is a movie. How many failures you have? Zero. No failure? Absolutely zero failure. Consider another day, you wanted to get up at 4 o'clock just because you had to revise something before coming to the college, and you have the snooze facility. I just want to know that who has invented snooze? So snooze facility once, twice, 3 times, you failed in waking up at that, and you finally wake up at 5. After that, you promised yourself that I'll do this revision, half the revision time up. You have to get ready to come to college. You come to college, and then here you said that I'll sit in the library for 2 hours. You barely could sit for 1 hour. A friend came and then did this sign. In my time, it used to be very common in RTL. Chai peene chalo, because we couldn't really make noise. So somebody did this, and you said, all right, I was waiting for it. So you go out and you failed in that, 2 hours not complete. You promised that before sleeping, I will write 3 answers. Only 1 answer you could write, and you felt so lazy and tired you felt. Failed 5 times in a day. Which is a better day, the first one, the second one? Second one is incomparably better than the first day. I hope the message has been delivered. If you don't want to fail, fail fast, fail more, fail as much as you can, so that there's no failure for you left in this life. And that's what I basically would pray. Start failing. Agar fail nahi karna hai, to fatafat fail karna shuru kar. That's the only guarantee that you are on track. That's the only guarantee that you're working towards your goal. Because you will not reach the goal on the day you wanted. If you reach on one day, that's not worth a goal. So put a goal, something higher, whatever you can normally achieve. I don't want you to just stick around to that. एक बहुत बड़ी सेंट है, मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है उनका, करीना कपूर खान. Yeah, she's a saint. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely God-sent person. एक ऐड आता है ना, प्यास बढ़ाओ, लिम्का का. अरे क्या सेंटली वर्ड है, देखो उसमें आप. I mean, प्यास बढ़ाओ. नॉर्मली क्या होता है ना, हम जहां पे होते हैं हम खुश होते हैं, उतने से ही खुश हो जाते हैं. थोड़ी प्यास बढ़ाओ ना. Because your reach is higher than you hold. जहां पुल कर सकते हो. Is it not a saintly word, प्यास बढ़ाओ? पानी से प्यास खत्म हो सकती है, but लिम्का पियो ना. I think this is something, and if not in this age, which age are you waiting for? If not now, when? अभी नहीं अगर पसीने निकल रहे, अभी दिन छोटा नहीं लग रहा है, तो कब लगेगा? I suppose this is what I basically wanted to leave. In fact, I'm told that ज़्यादा बकबक नहीं करनी है, because I can just go on and on and on. I mean, when I meet young people like you, I suddenly forget my age and then start talking to you people, because that's the thing for which I am driven for. I love talking to you, but then I suppose you people have seen the world as it has evolved. It has evolved. Just take 1 or 2 minutes just to sensitize you. See, there was a time there was hardly anything happening. uh, beyond books. That the only source of studies when I was student, I was your age, and the only source of study was that. Then happened 98 के आसपास Google आ गया था. Then suddenly we had democratized information and so much of information started coming your way. So we had lots of information and we felt very confident about it. I remember my transit from books to the Google, and then after that structured information happening from 2005 or say एक wiki aunty आ गई थी आपके life में. So wiki aunty, so that became that became all the more organized, and then you felt better after that. After some time you felt more confident. Then after some time you still have had that कोई समझा देता. Then I think about 7-8 years later, by 10-12 के आसपास I think YouTube आ गया. And then YouTube was trying to explain to you and you feel far more confident कि यहाँ नहीं समझा, क्लास में नहीं समझा, घर पे जाकर समझ लेंगे. You feel very confident about it, that I have it and then I can learn it. I can watch 3 videos on the same titration process of a chemistry, and then I would possibly do it. I hope I use the right word. So ये यहाँ से नहीं समझे तो वहाँ से समझ लेंगे. So I suppose that was giving you a lot of confidence. And then after that, you had that some professors, उनके lecture नहीं थे वहाँ पे, लगता था काश उनसे सीख लेते. Then happened after that is एक वो आ गया, क्या बोलते हैं उसको आजकल, जो टेलीग्राम आ गया. And Telegram has done this copyright का आगे पीछे पता नहीं क्या कर दिया. So you have all big professors from all over. Their lectures are available on that, and then, but इससे क्या है ना बेटा, now understand this carefully. There is a person called Poffer and Sutton. उन्होंने एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत किताब लिखी है. I don't want you to buy that and read that book. It's called as Knowing Doing Gap. Sutton की किताब है. In that book, what happens, he does that a lot of time we have it and we feel so confident about it that we are not doing it. ये मेरे पास है, कर लूंगी, पढ़ लूंगी, देख लूंगी, and they just do not do it. And that's a huge knowing doing gap is there. And a lot of people are actually falling into that. And I would like to tell you that it is important that since you have, a lot of my lectures will be available on YouTube. A lot of things which I talked about in one way or other can be available. But then you can't ask that. So whenever you get a chance, I suppose I would like you to ask me. I'll be very happy to try and see if you have a question and I have an answer. If not, you can take my number. You can always call me. I'll be very happy to guide you whenever you need. अभी कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका? Knowing doing gap में नहीं जाना है आपको. Anybody? Any question? That's right. And I think I'm really glad and thankful that you asked this question, because that will complete my picture of what I was trying to explain. Everybody heard her question? So I suppose the bias of or doubt on your own self is very logical outcome that we have got. और देखने में दोनों एक जैसे लगते हैं, but there's a huge difference between a pumpkin and a football. So what happens? You drop a pumpkin, क्या होगा? फट जाएगा. You drop a football, it'll bounce back. If you throw it harder down, it'll bounce back harder. So how you take yourself, how you treat yourself, and the difference is what is there inside. दोनों गोल हैं, दोनों लगभग एक साइज के हैं. So what is there inside? और एक चीज बताओ बेटा, you all are worth gold. Pure gold, absolutely pure gold. But quite often हम अपने आप को इतने seriously नहीं लेते हैं. You have options for everything in life, and except 3 things. 3 चीजों का ऑप्शन नहीं होता है. First, your mother. Mother के पास kids का ऑप्शन होता है, but आपके पास आपके mother का option नहीं है. And that she has to be celebrated in all whole range of existence. Second, जिसका आपके पास option नहीं होता है, father. Sibling का, friends का, spouse का, even ऊपर वाले का भी option होता है. कि इस दरगाह पे काम नहीं होता ना, उस दरगाह पे जाते हैं. इस मंदिर में नहीं होता, उस मंदिर में ऐसे कर लेते हैं option. And the third thing for which you don't have an option is your own self. So you have to celebrate yourself in the whole range of your existence and own your failures. And before sleeping, if I may ask you one thing tonight, look in the mirror, your face, and see it resembles a pumpkin or a football. You can't compete with anybody. Because you're sitting in Delhi and somebody's preparing for the same examination in Ernakulam. Somebody's preparing in Porbandar and somebody's preparing in Aizawl. Somebody in Ladakh. You don't even know that person. You don't even know that where that person is starting from. You have absolutely no idea. So, in such conditions, can you compete with that person? You don't even know that person. I suppose you are in a constant state of meta competition. I have written a full book on that, meta competition. It's available on Amazon Marketing. There have identified 92 themes that you have to compete against your own self. So आपने बोला ना competition में नहीं fail किए, दूसरे पास कर गए, मैं नहीं करी, कैसे feel को deal करे? I think it is nobody's failure. You're not competing with anybody, but with your own self. You are in a meta competition. I'll tell you a story as to how this book happened. एक minute आता है. It's a time when I had just become father, and then I was young. ऐसे क्यों हंस रहे हो? सब होते हैं एक बार, कभी ना कभी तो young होते ही है ना. तो I was having a Maruti car थी मेरे पास उन दिनों, and then I was driving towards Himachal. My daughter was sitting next to me, my wife was sitting, and my son was not born. So I was like, Maruti 800 कितनी तेज जा सकती है आप सोच सकते हो. But I was like driving like this to Himachal and on a vacation, and my daughter sitting next to me. जब हम निकल जाते थे, she used to be very happy and clap. And then she asked me a very innocent question कि पापा वो कौन सी सबसे आगे वाली गाड़ी जिसको हम चेस कर रहे हैं? I think that question was a turning point of my life. There is no सबसे आगे वाली गाड़ी जिसको हम चेस कर रहे हैं. I was basically competing with myself, my own speed. कोई बीच में आ जाती थी गाड़ी, तो ऐसे हम मोस्टली ना अपने ही कोई हर्डल मिल जाता है उसको ऑब्स्टिकल समझ लेते हैं. I hope you understand the difference between hurdle and obstacle. You can always jump over the hurdle. That's hurdle. That's not obstacle. तो हम अपने odds से कैसे deal कर पाते हैं? That determines where I am there. And then a competition doesn't define you. A failure doesn't define you. Maybe the divine is making something bigger for you. You never know the divine's plan. So I think celebrate your own self. You're pure gold. Trust me, you're pure gold. कई बार खुद पे यकीन नहीं होता है. मैं तो हमेशा कई बार वो है ना, हनुमान जी को बहुत ताकत था, इट्स वेरी पावरफुल एंड, बट उनको ना कई बार कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था. तो देयर इज ए जामवंत. तो जामवंत आके बोलता, वाह क्या बॉडी है, क्या पावर है आपके पास, ऐसा तो कोई कर ही नहीं सकता जो आप कर. हनुमान जी भी देखते हैं दाहिने बाएं, मेरे बारे में बोल रहे, किसके बारे में बोल रहे, बोलते पीछे तो कोई और नहीं है, मैं ही हूं. फिर उसके बाद पहाड़ उठा लेते थे वो. तो समटाइम यू नीड ए जामवंत, बट if I can be your Jamwant, I'll be very happy. But then it's not me, I can't even lift a pebble. पहाड़ आपने उठानी है. So I think that's how life is all about, right? I hope you got your answer. I went a little too elaborate though on this. So there's a meta competition, there's no competition otherwise. Anybody, any other question? No question. So I suppose that's all from my side, or anything else that you need me to do? Thank you. It was lovely talking to you, and I really appreciate your patience. Thank you very much. Thank you.